Hello. We're going to go ahead and get started. I think some people will be joining as we get going. Um, we might give it just one more minute, then we'll get started.
I'm here, sorry.
It's okay. Come on in. Okay, I think we're going to get started. And this is being recorded, so others that couldn't be here today can do that. I'm trying to figure out how to share my
Entire screen or window?
the window, but it keeps kicking me out as far
Oh.
as like to share your screen, allow screen recording for Chrome and system preferences, which I did. Hang tight, my friends. This is our first time using Google Meet, and so there are a few.
Figuring it out.
We're figuring out a few things. Okay, we're back. We're back. I'm so sorry. It shut everything down for me to be able to share my screen, and now I'm here. And I believe it's recording still. It is being recorded still. Okay, good. Hallelujah. All right, let's get started. My name is Megan Christensen. I am the Acting Academy Director. And this is Julie Suazo.
Hello, everyone. I am American Fork Acting Company's head teacher.
Yes, director. She's awesome, amazing.
That's what it's called.
So tonight's purpose is to give you a little info about Acting Company for the 25-26 year. and let you know a little bit about the program and kind of what that experience would be like if your kids choose to audition and participate. We've been doing acting company here at COPA for 4 years now. It has been 4 years, right? And with it being a newer program for us, it's been really fun to kind of see it grow over the past few years and develop and try to just figure out and just see the growth in the kids as we've added this company to the programs here at COPA. It's been really awesome. And Julie's been here from the very beginning, and she is phenomenal. And so tonight we're going to kind of talk a little bit about the program itself, the different like sections of the program. We'll talk about the what's all involved as far as like cost and time, and then if there's questions and stuff, we can answer those as well. Okay, so let's see. We're going to start tonight with talking about kind of what the structure of the school year and what the acting company is made up of. So there are really kind of three main sections to the year. When we start in August, really, we start with company camps during the summer, but once classes like officially start for the school year, there's kind of three main sections. The first section is our classical section, where the kids prepare and work on Shakespeare material, classical acting, and they prepare a Shakespeare one act. And that is like a big, awesome, amazing section. And they go to Shakespeare competition in Cedar City. So I'm going to give you a really brief, and then I'm going to let Julie talk about the details. The second section, we work on contemporary acting and film, and we work on filming acting reels, like short snippets of their contemporary monologues. They work on contemporary scenes, but that's kind of like a contemporary acting section. And then the third and final section is working on improvisation, acting improv. It is an awesome, fun section, and the kids grow so much. They love it as well.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit, Julie, tell us a little bit about like the classical acting section and kind of what, kind of the main things that the kids are working on for that.
Thank you so much for being here. Can I just tell you, so acting company is going to be your step up from open classes. This is a kid who really wants to get a little bit more in depth, be serious about what they're doing, and really start to build camaraderie. One of the things that acting company shares that open classes don't offer is an opportunity to work with the same group of kids and kind of build a cast camaraderie, which I think is really, really important. It helps them build social skills and learning how to really interact with people around them. That we think acting is just face value, but this really is teaching kids a lot of that social skills that I think is so important. So we definitely are a more in-depth than an open class. We expect our students to be on time, be prepared, be ready. We like to start with Shakespeare because we want them all to understand the roots of acting. And classical acting is very big and presentational and using their body. And it's a lot of like forced language. So they get to use this really complex, awesome language and learn a lot about that, which is really challenging and awesome. And we prepare to go to the Shakespeare competition, like she said, which is such an awesome opportunity for them to get in front of people and to learn to audition and to learn to like just settle into themselves. We had a really, really fun time last year. Then we do film acting. So we chose film acting because we realized that YouTube and film acting is like a lot of what the kids are watching and into and excited about. And it's a completely different animal from classical acting. So we actually this last year wrote some film scenes, which was a really cool experience for the kids to get in and get some writing experience. We talked about story structure, how scenes are built, how films are built, how you can see like the rise and fall in a scene, and then they got to perform them. And so you learn about the intricacies of film acting and how different that is from the big stage performance that we're used to seeing and stage acting. And then the last section we chose improv. And the reason we chose improv is because as actors, a lot of us want to run away when we hear the word improv, because it is putting you at your complete most vulnerable. Kids love it because they love to play, and play is their happy space. But we feel like the skills that are taught in improv are what helps them completely as humans moving forward in their lives. Attacking a job interview, being able to like stand up and give a class presentation, being able to understand how to think on your feet and to be creatively charged. I mean, my husband and I actually teach this to corporations. Like, that's how important we feel like improv training is. And we're giving it to the kids at COPA because we just feel like it's giving them an opportunity to really hone in on all of those natural acting abilities that they have and understand how to use it in a very creative, but like structured way. And it's ended up being, most of the kids, it's their favorite section. It's the most fun because you just get to play and play and play. But we teach that like the goal is not to be funny, interesting, or clever. Your goal is to really try and just create good theater. So we are not necessarily looking for like a laugh track of improv. If they ended up getting up and doing an improv scene that was 100% serious and everyone cried in the audience, that's okay too. Our goal is just to be completely present. We learn connection to partners, so they're learning how to have communication skills with the people around them. The changes that I've seen, I'm now educating the same student I saw 4 years ago that has gone with the program for 4 years, and just the changes that they've made as a human and a kid is awesome and incredible. So anyway, it's really awesome. It's a great year to spend together, and we just learn to love each other, and it's great.
Yeah. And with each of those sections comes different performance opportunities. So for the first section, the performance opportunity is going to be preparing for the Shakespeare competition in Cedar City. So they're focused on that. But then also their Shakespeare one act that they're performing as an entire company. That's performed in November, and it's awesome. I mean, they really are having kind of that show experience of putting together an entire piece together as a company, and growing from that. So that's that performance opportunity for section 1. Section 2, they kind of have almost a couple of little performance things. They do the contemporary scenes for like a master class performance that they'll perform
For parents and anyone who wants to come.
whoever wants to come. And then they also will film these, what they call acting reels. And then a reel is kind of like short sections or snippets of bigger performance pieces that kind of highlights their abilities.
Yeah, our goal is to really be able to give you something tangible to take to an agency or to share with someone in the industry if your child is really interested in being able to do that. It also teaches them, most auditions nowadays are done through film. So we want them to get used to what it feels like to audition in front of a camera and to interact with the camera. That's just a really important part. I mean, we're talking even theater auditions. I just auditioned up at Sandy and it was 100% on film.
Yeah.
So getting them to really understand the importance of a camera and how we work with cameras is kind of a focus that we like to make with that. And so that performance is recorded, and then it's shown at our third performance, which is our improv performance. We perform down at Comedy Sports in Orem, which is cool. I mean, Provo, because it's like the hit improv place to be. So we go and have a night of improv, and then they get to see their reels and see kind of like where their growth has come.
And it's pretty awesome. So when they film their reels, they come in and they have one-on-one time with the director and
camera, lighting, everything,
and working through that. And it's pretty awesome. And like we said, like Julie said, they film it during section 2, and then it's edited and refined a little. And then in section 3, when we do our final improv performance at Comedy Sports in Provo, they also get to see their acting reels. And that is so much fun. They love watching it and then get to do improv. So it's a great mix, I think, of education during the year and performance opportunities and lots of opportunity for growth. It's pretty great. Okay, give me 1 second, because when I was trying to be able to share my screen earlier, it
did not want
it like kicked me out of all of my windows. So just give me 2 seconds. I'm just going to pull up in another window and I'll share with you what you can find on the website. So just hang tight for 1 second. What I'm going to be showing you is
mindfulness. Well, you're coming to go off that.
Yeah, I thought I could mute it.
not going to work. Okay, here is for acting. Let me see now if I can actually share this. Present now. I think this is what I need. Yes, it works now. Okay, this is great. Okay. You should be able to see. Maybe I can go up and down. Okay, here we go. Can you, I hope you guys can see this.
Melinda, can you see it?
Melinda, can you see it?
Blink twice.
I'm in a car and it is on car mode, so I don't know.
Not see it.
I see
But you're
Skylar in
here.
here. Skylar, can you see this? You're good? Oh, thumbs up. I love it.
Winner.
You must know Google Meet better than I do. Okay.
Skylar's like, I wanted to tell you how to do this 20 minutes ago.
Okay. So on here, this is on the COPA website. In fact, what I will do, if you go to COPA and you go to company auditions, that's right on the very front, the page. Let me copy this too. And I'm going to send the link to the chat. But if you click on that, it'll take you directly there right now. But also, if you just go to the Utah COPA website, click on auditions and scroll down till you see acting company. This will take you to this page. And this really gives you all of the info for this year. It gives you the days and times of rehearsals. So this is American Fork that I have pulled up. There is a separate one for Draper. Draper on that, when you go to the Utah COPA page, in fact, here, I'll put the Draper link as well. You just need to scroll down until you get to Draper Performing Companies. And then most of these dates are the same, other than Draper. Draper has different days they rehearse. Their schedule is slightly different. Okay, so it has the day and time of when, bless you, company rehearsals will be Tuesdays and Thursdays. This is, again, American Fork. It gives you the information on the monthly tuition, how much it is every month. This does not include the fees. We'll get to the fees in just a minute. It gives you the option for, if you are interested, a lot of our acting kids, quite a few over the different years, have chosen to do group voice as well, because it just gives them some other experience performance. It's really good for them, actually.
Yeah, I think it's great.
So if this is,
If it works for your family, it's a good thing to add on.
yeah,
And it's happening right. Oh, it's a different day.
It's on Mondays, but it is because of, if your child is in acting company, this is a discounted price compared to what it normally would be. So just so you know, that is, it's less. You get a better deal on group voice if you're part of acting company. When you sign up for acting company, there's always a one-time registration fee. At some point in the year, the kids, especially kids who are needing like t-shirt, they'll do a t-shirt order. So that would be the only other like typical like extra, like, oh, I need to get my child a COPA t-shirt or whatever. We really try to embed all the fees and costs into the monthly tuition that's up here, the monthly tuition, as well as the monthly fees. So every month you would be paying the tuition right here, like if you have a girl, $135, and and you'd also be paying the monthly fee, which is $72. So that would be what, $207 a month. And that really covers all the things for the school for the year. Like it's the fees are all of like the hard costs for like costumes and like props and accessories and
Even the
use of the
does some
buildings
teacher
and
hours for
facilities.
when they're doing extra stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
when we have like extra Saturday intensives, it covers like the cost of the director and just different things like that. So all
And
those
the film people who come to help us with our filming and things like that, and the building for improv
yes.
and that
Yeah.
cost.
When we go to comedy sports, like all those things are embedded into the fees for the year. And we really do try to keep those fees as low as we can, and to make it as economical for people as possible. So, so that's one thing good to know. And it is a 1-year contract. And so for cost, for tuition and fees, it is divided over 12 months. And it begins July 1st of 2025, and it will end June 30th or whatever it is of 2026.
And the July 1st payment includes some of tour costs.
Yeah, we'll get to tour in a
Yeah.
second, but yes, it does. So there is, so that it's good to know, because like once you get to May or you get to June, you're not having regular class the same as the rest of the year. But parents over all the span of COPA being here for MDT, for pop, for dance, and for acting, they have found that they prefer having that consistent payment rather than some months being more and some months being less, and they're spreading it over the 12 months. So that's why it was decided to do it this way. So when June comes, it's just good to remember, like, oh yes, it's a 12-month contract. So, okay. So the important dates for acting company, this is really one thing I love about COPA, and this comes from my, as a mom, not just as like a teacher, but we really, really try hard to give you all of the dates for the whole year now. We really try as much as possible not to make any changes to these dates, because we all know life is busy and things are crazy, and it's just so hard when there's last minute changes. So this really is the overall schedule for the year. If you kind of just going through the dates, this first item, optional acting out summer camp, that is just an open camp. It's just to let you know it's available if your kids have extra time and they are interested in doing it. It's not a mandatory thing. It's not a thing that's part of acting company exclusively. It's just letting you know that that's an option if they are choosing and would like to do something extra during the summer. During the summer for acting company, we have company camp days. These company camp days really are pretty mandatory. They need to be there. There's a lot that we get done before the school year starts. Specifically, and Julie can kind of tell you this, maybe I'll just let her tell you, like, why are those company camp days so important?
The 21st, the very first day when they come, they will receive their scripts that we want them to be memorizing from that day forward. So we found that it became really, really difficult to get prepared for Shakespeare and an entire one act without them already being memorized over the summer. So we try our best to have their scripts in their hands by the 21st to give you a jump start on really making sure that they are memorizing over that time. We also will start to talk about how to memorize and how to deal with that. So it's that first day is just really, really important for them to be there if they can in any way, shape, or form. Otherwise, we do try to give like people their scripts in a different way. So most of these dates, I will say, they are crucial because acting company, again, is you are part of an ensemble. So anytime your kid is not able to make it to one of these intensive days, it makes it hard on the rest of the ensemble that's trying to create something. So
yeah. So company camp days are really, and we realize, like, sometimes summer plans are set and you have a vacation and you're like, but I'd like my child to do acting company, but they can't be here on whatever day. Just communicate. That's the biggest thing. Let us know, talk to us, and let's see what we can work out and how we can figure that out too.
Yeah.
So company camp is in 1 day in June of the summer, and then the rest is in July. The classes start for all of COPA the week of August 18th. And then that's when you would start this normal schedule up here of this Tuesday, Thursday time. If you do need to know closer to, and actually after auditions in May and stuff too, I'll have like the specific time that company camp is happening in the summer. If you need to know beforehand, just let me know and I can give you that information. On this schedule, you'll see that there's a few what we call intensives. Intensives are a day separate from your normal Tuesday, Thursday rehearsal time that are extra rehearsals. So we tend to have them, all of acting companies are in the fall because it's before kind of their biggest things of the year, like before tour to Shakespeare competition and before their one act performance. So this is Saturday, September 20th. Is a intensive. It will be, usually it's about 2 hours long on that Saturday. The Shakespeare competition is October 2nd through 4th. And I'll give you more information about that in just a minute.
But make a quick note, like these are things that, these obviously for the kids to miss out on this makes the first term way less interesting for them because they won't really be preparing for much if they miss Shakespeare competition or the one act. If they did, you know, these are things that
yeah,
the dates are
they're
a
pretty,
little bit
and
more
they're
firm on.
yeah, and it is. I mean, it's pretty mandatory that
Yeah.
they participate in that. The other two intensive, November 8th and November 15th. These are a couple of Saturdays that are right before they're going to do their Shakespeare one act play, and so that's why those extra rehearsals.
Yeah, and can I just, a real quick note on this. We've had parents not look at this and then realize that they have a kid going out of town on our performances. So this is really crucial to the first semester. I would say if you can hold off on any extracurriculars for the first semester of school, it's very helpful. We are way more intensive on Shakespeare and getting the one act up versus we have a lot more fluidity in the rest of the year that we can work around if they want to do other shows at their school or whatever. We have a lot more wiggle room because they're not usually working as much as it's more wiggle room. These
Just
dates
different type of
though,
working.
yes, be very aware of November 17th through the 22nd, and they will most likely have rehearsals in the evenings up into that.
So that week will be some extra rehearsals,
It's an
as
intensive
well
week.
as their actual performances for Shakespeare one act plays. So that the 17th to the 22nd is a mixture of tech rehearsals as well as performances.
If you know of anything coming up that is on this, it would be nice to put it on your audition sheet and just let us know if
Yeah.
you already are aware of it.
Okay, so then in February, and it says 2 days here, February 20th to 21st, we keep the 2 days open depending upon schedule and what we have to do as it gets closer. It won't be on both days. It'll be on, their performance will be on either that Friday or that Saturday, but just keep both days open for now. But that will be their contemporary scenes. That's when they perform that. March 6th and 7th, that's when we will be doing the filming for their acting reels that they'll prepare ahead of time and then come in to actually shoot it. May 14th will be the improv performance show. And then May 16th, so this is all a year from now, right? So then they do have this optional Lagoon America on Stage competition. It's totally optional. We'll give you more information about it when it gets closer if that's something that interests you. Okay, so that's kind of a brief overview of the year. That really, this is if there's anything you want to, like, if your child's doing it, is like get all those dates on the calendar now. It's very helpful. Okay, so for tour is a part of acting company. It is in addition to the it's a separate cost from their monthly tuition and fees. This we had it on there. It's October 2nd through the 4th. We go down to Cedar City. It includes the cost of their hotel. This cost includes like
Show.
we see 2 shows usually.
The competition fees,
Mm-hmm.
gas, everything.
Gas,
we
like,
did
and
down there.
some,
I have a couple meals we did.
usually
we did
there's some
food.
meals.
Yeah, we have, like, I think 2 covered.
Yeah. So there's a lot in there with this. It's really awesome. The kids have such a good time. We go ahead.
I
Tell a
was,
little bit about
I was extremely impressed that we had kids as young as 6th grade that went with us this last year, and they did extremely well. So even if there's any trepidation about sending your kid off on something like this, it's nice. It's a short weekend. We have adults that are present the entire time, very aware of what's happening and where the kids are. We were able to navigate the entire city. It's Cedar City, so it's very safe and easy to get around. The kids had a great time. They did a great job managing their money and being able to like get what they need. The opportunity to see professional Shakespeare was awesome. Like they went away from, we watched Much Ado About Nothing, and for them to see on stage things that we had done, we performed Much Ado 2 years ago. So they were like, what? And they're just being able to see those shows, I mean, alone is totally worth it. But it was really fun to get up and everybody's nervous and we're reacting. And then they have this really it really brought us together. It's a really cool experience. My daughter was part of the company last year and it is absolutely awesome. Skylar, yes, we had parents come and they didn't stay in the hotels, obviously. In fact, we had one kid who was young enough that they felt like they wanted him to stay with them at night. So they had an Airbnb and they would take him at night. But we do encourage that the kids stay with us until the night is done. We will be able to announce like what shows we're seeing so you can purchase tickets yourself. Or if we have any leftover tickets, you could purchase them from us as well. It was fine and it was really successful. Parents coming and watching the kids perform was totally fun. And we were still able to like really be, like together. So
yeah.
I felt like it was a good experience. The parents were awesome.
Most of the last year, because we did have a few parents come and they just kind of did their own thing and then would come in and go watch or all of the different rounds. They call them rounds, like the different competition rounds. They do 3 rounds of, well, just depending on what they're actually doing at the competition, but those are all open. So anybody can go. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah, it is really fast paced. So I would not expect to necessarily see your child quite a bit, except for if you're coming to their rounds and you're coming to awards or you're coming to the shows we're already coming with. Like if you're good to parallel with us and be with us, that's great. But we're definitely like running here. But the parents that came last year had a great time.
Yeah, I think they really enjoyed.
Do plan to get like an Airbnb quick though, because those fill up really, really fast around Shakespeare competition because they just know that it's coming. So, or a hotel. Hotels are fast though too. So I would already be trying to book that if you are interested in coming.
Yeah, and I mean SUU campus it's awesome. I mean it's just bursting with kids. Kids from all of Utah, high school, junior high, elementary, like all age. They have competitions not just in acting but in music, in tech, in dance, I mean, it's pretty
it's
awesome.
Big. It's a lot.
There's a ton.
Just to get like Subway was like an hour and a half.
But it was awesome.
But it's so fun.
And it's pretty cool because, I mean, there's people that come from out of state as well. In fact, people who fly here, and this is like their big thing too, because there's this type of competition for this age group of kids is not common. And so it's pretty cool. It's awesome. Yeah, so that's the info on the competition. That's the time frame. So kind of our last little bit to kind of wrap up is because there will be more info and I'm sure there's more questions. And we'll have another parent meeting post auditions with where you can kind of, flesh out other questions and like, is this going to work for us? But the acting company auditions are scheduled for Monday, May 19th at the American Fork COPA building. And if you're a Draper parent, there will be a time at the Draper building as well. So they'll both be happening that day, just at American Fork's a little bit earlier and Draper's a little bit later. The awesome thing about auditions is you don't have to, we do cold reads. We pull the kids, we work with them. It's kind of a work-based audition than it is just to stand up and do your one thing and then leave. And so I really like that.
Yeah,
aspect
we'll
of it, too.
introduce them to a short piece of Shakespeare and just get them to, we really help them to understand the language for just a quick bit, pull them in, have them read with one person, read with another person. Our goal here is to be collaborative and for every kid to kind of get an opportunity to be on stage and be seen. So that's how the workshop is too. I mean, that's how the auditions are too, is for everybody to get a chance to be seen and be. So we don't want anyone to like feel like they're so nervous that then they're not able to kind of like do it. So it could just be come and play at this workshop. And oh, by the way, it's an audition. But really,
Yeah,
it's just
so I
really
guess Skylar, that's your,
cash.
yeah, I mean, the workshops are, it's kind of considered like a workshop audition. So it's like, just come, you don't need to like prepare a monologue, you don't need to have something, just come and we'll take material and we'll work with all the kids that come to the audition and have them try out some different things.
But it is technically, we do need most people to be present for casting. So we call it an audition. However, we've had people send in film. We've had people call after an audition in a separate time. So, I mean, yeah, we really do want them to be able to.
Yeah. Example of cold reads.
That's my life. ChatGPT. So yes. So a scene between like Juliet and the nurse is a really good one. I don't know if your child is a girl or a boy. That's one that we have used pretty frequently because it has pretty good age dynamics between like, can I play older? Can I play younger?
From
Romeo and Juliet. Did I say, yeah, the nurse and Juliet from Romeo and Juliet. They have a scene together. There would be, I mean, we will really make sure that they are being seen and that they're really getting to like understand what we're asking from them. Every kid is there for that entire hour that we're there. Mm-hmm. And we're bringing them in and out of the room we explain the entire script. We explain what they're saying. We talk about it. I give them direction when they're auditioning so we can see just how they do with taking direction. If I was to give advice, I actually would say that like, you know, you could show them my picture and say, Julie's going to be there. And she might say, do this. And so try this way. Or what if she asked you to be a little bit more angry? Or what if she then that's the stuff that I'm really looking for is like how good they are at really being open to direction and being able to, even if they're shy, I can work with shy. That's not a problem at all. So I'm not looking for them to be on the globe stage.
Yeah. And Julie's so great. I mean, a lot of times they all go into a room at the beginning of the audition and they'd like do a warm up together.
Always.
And just kind of try to get their nerves out. And that's what she's so great. She's so good at pulling that out of the kids and really trying to make it really should be an educational experience. The audition, regardless, is just this, you know, trying something new and kind of just putting yourself out there. And
we did have a student who was had dyslexia. And if that is something that like your child struggles even with reading, I'd be fine trying to get assigned to you earlier. So you could email
me,
Megan at utahcopa.com.
Yeah, I'll put it in the chat. But if you have any
and then we can try and send it earlier.
If you have any questions or like concerns about like the audition process, feel free to email me and just say, hey, could I get, and we can totally work with you. Like, that's not a problem at all. What was I going to say? There's something about the auditions. On that audition page, when you go to utahcopa.com and at the bottom of the page, it says company auditions, click here. There will be soon, I think it's going to be by like May, the end of this week, beginning of next week, there will be a tab that will be added that will have like
a Google
form that you just need to fill out prior to the audition. If for some reason somebody doesn't fill it out, then it's not a big deal. The day of auditions, that will be an option to fill it out too. But it will give us just your info and the info of your child. And so we have that for audition purposes. One thing that would be really awesome, if you have a child that is interested and they're kind of either on the fence or just like, what is this going to really be like or feel like? On May, I'm putting the date here, on May 15th, is it? Right? It's a Thursday, May 15th. this year, like in just a couple weeks, is our acting companies at 6:00 p.m.
I'm thinking of the one I have to
at Comedy Sports. Oh yeah, that's the next day. At Comedy
15.
Sports
She's correct.
at Comedy Sports in Provo is there are acting companies like
Yeah,
performance.
totally free. Come see it.
It's free. Just come and bring your child. Like it would be a great way to say like, is this something that you're interested in?
Yeah.
It would give a good feel for like that last section. You'll see that the acting reels, like we talked about, and then they'll do an improv show. And
that's
it's
good
a
idea.
great way
Yeah,
to
come see
like
that. That's,
just get a feel for.
I know May can be crazy, but it'd be worth your time.
Yeah. So and it'll probably be what, an hour to an hour
and a half
at
probably?
the most.
Yeah.
But it should be really fun. So that's you're more than welcome to bring your child. for
Melinda, please bring your child.
that. And I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Do you guys have any other credit or questions for this year? Let's see. Compared to the acting, there's definitely more kids involved right now because our acting company. Okay, so the question is
MT or acting more competitive?
MT versus just acting company. So MT, you're going to get the singing, like a lot more of the singing aspect of it.
You mean socially though, competitiveness? Let's see.
I mean, as far as getting in, if you're talking about like just getting in, they're MDT and MT they've been doing those programs for, I don't even know how many years now, a long time.
I would say that the ratio of people that show up to auditions for acting company is much smaller. We have not turned a child away so far for acting company. There's something about the glitz and glamour of the full show instead of like the real down to earth training, which I am at my heart. Like in the music, dance, theater, I'm the T hardcore. I'm all theater, all acting. Like I feel like it is so vitally important to children. And so we have grown this program from the ground up, and I feel like it is so important. But the glitz and glamour of the singing and the dancing sometimes pulls some kids away. So we have not turned away a kid yet. So competitiveness wise, I think that there's a very easy flow into acting company, as well as the kids are very close. They have very good relationships. They sometimes also get on each other's nerves, and we build and we work through that. But we're able to do that because there's only 13 to 15 of them, right?
Yeah.
We're
So
capping it at a much lower size. MT is going to be incredible too. You're going to learn a lot of wonderful things. You're going to be much more based, obviously getting music and dance involved. Do they dance much with T?
Yeah, they still dance. They just don't do as many of the hardcore technique dance classes, like the real technical ballet and things like that.
I think it's worth your time to probably audition for both. If you start feeling like even when she's there, you're seeing there's a lot of kids. I mean, when are MT auditions? Are they available to do both?
Yeah, they can do both. The MT auditions are that week before. So ours are for acting company, it's Monday, May 19th. The MDT dance, they're doing them all together that week before. Like, what is it? The 12th, 13th, 14th?
Last year we had 13. So we cap at 15, 20. We cap at 20.
Well, yeah, but
20.
honestly, 13 to 15 is like optimal.
It's a sweet spot.
You just
so
get
perfect. Gives all the kids
more attention.
So much time and attention. Yeah. I mean, they are able to we actually even still have an aide with 15. We do an assistant director, even with the 13 kids we have right now. So it's me and another director every single time we show up to class. And that is
awesome.
So awesome. So their time on stage, their FaceTime with me, all of that is optimized for sure.
But I think Julie made a good suggestion too. I would say you like try both things or like do both auditions, and then there's no commitment and you can try them. And then a lot of times that they can kind of get a sense and feel.
Yeah. She might come to the audition and be like, that was the vibe I'm looking for. I like that vibe a little bit more, or the other way.
Yeah.
They're both, the training is going to be incredible.
Yeah.
I prefer acting company, but it's me because it's mine. It's my baby.
But I have to say this, I majored in music, dance, theater, And I, in college, and I teach, and I've taught acting. I do theater education as well, and music as well. And I teach in the MDT company, and I oversee the acting company. But I cannot stress enough. I'm with Julie. Like, the kids that have really, really solid acting foundation, it makes all the difference in the world. And they can get that. They'll get that. It's just you get more of an intense acting curriculum and education when you're just focusing on acting. But the thing that's awesome is like we have some kids that have done MDT and acting company, have done both like these past couple of years. And I see a difference in those kids that are also doing acting company, but also it's like, try one for 1 year and then you can also shift to another. There's a lot of opportunity for kind of shifting and finding and kind of honing in on what. And when they're young, like 12, like they're just beginning to start to kind of tap into what their interests are.
I mean, we have had some students who did MDT first and this is their home. Like they prefer acting company. And I think there's probably kids that have thought the exact opposite. They're happier in MDT. Whereas there's some, I mean,
yeah,
this is their chosen home. They're like, yeah, I'm here forever.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So, and I think they kind of just figured it out, but I think as far as like the one-on-one and really honing those acting skills, acting company is for sure that.
That's really awesome.
But I mean, I'm going to be honest, like the programs are all great. They're just different as to what you want to focus on. So, yeah. But if you have any questions, please reach out and let us know. And that's really, I mean, this kind of like the main things. Is there anybody, do we have any other questions about kind of the overview of the year? If not, we'll call it good and end here and then see you at auditions. And then we'll, like I said, we'll have a post-parent meeting. I think our post-parent
Share
meeting.
with this with any family and friends that you have that you think might be interested in as well. Having a friend come and do it with you is a really fun thing for them to do. It kind of, you know, there's a good little buy-in from the beginning to help them really want to be there. And we are always looking for more kids to come for an acting company.
And this has been recorded and the recording will be put on the website where this Google Meet link was as well. So that if people are like, yeah, but have them, they're welcome to go on and watch this too. And hopefully that will answer some of their questions. And I think that should be it. The post-parent meeting, I think, is set for May 28th. But that will come, more of that info will be there at auditions as well. So, all right. Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Have a nice night. Bye. How do I?
There it is.